Owen, it's fantastic to see you here at London Film and Comic Con Winter. How have you been enjoying it so far?
It's been a huge event for me. I have done one before, but not since I've been doing Game of Thrones as well, and the whole thing has become, it's like you're taking a different viewpoint on the whole of your life, your career, and you keep thinking, but it's okay, you're surrounded by people who care and appreciate your work, and that's a huge privilege. It's a wonderful experience.
Good to hear. I mean, Game of Thrones, you mentioned, has been a fantastic season for you on the show. Of course, the Battle of Castle Black. Tell us a little bit about behind the scenes of filming that battle and the rousing speech you gave as well.
Well, this speech, I think for a lot of people is a surprise, because he could be viewed as a rather negative character. He was a bully. I'm sure that for me, because I play the character, you sense that that's the job and that's the best way to do it. Yes, he is very cynical about human nature, but with good reason, due to his, he's a product of his own experience, as are we all. And then to get this fantastic speech, I've done a lot of Shakespeare in my time, and to suddenly see it, that it's a Henry V moment. You're going to get you once more into the breach. And to come, he is the hero of the wall. I think somebody online wrote that it's the hero that the wall deserves. Not everybody's idea of heroism, but he does put himself on the line for the sake of the castle, for the sake of others. That was a huge gift. Filming it, we filmed in the night, and it was torrential rain coming down, and part of the wall behind where the lift is, because it's a huge quarry, and the walls of the quarry started to break with the amount of water passing through it, and where they broke, it became, it was a river. It was literally a river running into the middle, and we prepared to do the speech, and the water was just falling out of the sky like stair rods, and it was filling up this very limited space in the center of the castle. And I got down there, and I said, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I can't do the speech in the rain. They said, we've got to shoot. It's too big. Everything is fit to go, except for the weather. We've got to go. Okay, I said, I'll go for it. And I came down the stairs, appealing to my brothers that it's, with me now with me. We will, if we fight, if we become one, then Castle Black will stand in the morning, even though they're coming over the walls. Did the speech, did it, blah, blah. And like always with filming, you go to do it again. But the time I came to do it again, I said, I'm losing my footing because I'm standing in water. So they put boards down. They put planks so that out of shot, so that when I came down, I'd be able to have something solid to walk on. Well, of course, they would. And it was filling up at such a rate that by the time I walked back up to the top and came down again, they'd started to float. So they were literally floating off, and I was standing at sea. I was surfing across, and I couldn't believe it. There was water just pouring off me. But it kind of helped. It was like, my God, I'm in Blade Runner. It's one of my favorite films. So.
And then of course, you've got that fantastic fight scene as well with Tommen, Giant Stone, haven't you? Tell me a little bit about filming that.
Yeah, well, we rehearsed that for a long time. A lot of the moves, a lot of the character, and Christoph, who plays Tommen, is a very inventive guy, and he was always coming up with new moves, and I think I'll do a forward roll here, and I'll do this. And I was very Sir Alliser, sort of, why? Why would you want it? I'll just stab you if you do. But I think that the clash of styles was very dramatic, and it made for great television. Neil Marshall, who directed that, has experience of action. The whole thing just, the ingredients just came together to make something I'll certainly never forget for the rest of my career, my life.
And of course, at the end of the show, at the end of the season, we saw Stannis and Melisandre coming in. What do you make about that? What do you think they're up to?
Well, I'm obviously allowed to say very little about what I'm shooting at the moment, but the fact that I am shooting, I think, people have gathered, you never saw Sir Alliser die. Injured, yes, dragged away. So don't be surprised if you see him again, and don't be surprised if he's still a lone wolf. He doesn't really fall in. He's very cynical about human nature, even though, as you say, the king, Stannis, means well. He's got his own agenda. It's almost better for me playing the character to not read about other people's stories, to not know it. That's what it's like to be at Castle Black. It's a solitary existence. And so as disproving or suspicious as I am, I would never show it to him. It's very difficult. I can't say too much because, as I say, I'd be giving away what we're filming at the moment.
I know you can't talk about what you're actually doing, but how's it compared going back shooting this season to previous seasons for you as an actor?
I think that the big episode at the Wall, that was a film in its own right, it's standalone. It changed everything for me, and it changed my position with people who want to talk about it wherever I go in the world. That it's now I feel very, very much part of it. I feel, and I hope to deal with that responsibly. That for people who love it, and for the writers, I no longer feel like an actor who's playing a bit of a part in something. I feel very much part of the fabric of Game of Thrones, and that's a privilege.